Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today we are going to be looking at a Scrat deck that utilizes Spirit Mancer to amp up your pushes and give you a lot more power. It's a super good deck, and by super good, I mean it's alright, and by it's alright, I mean that it's really fun to play. So yeah, if you're new here, consider subscribing. I make awesome Minion Masters videos, maybe other videos sometimes. I don't know. If you really enjoy my content, I do stream on Twitch, so you can make your way on over there and watch me do things. I play a variety of games on my Twitch, so it might not be for you, but I play all kinds of games, and if there's a game you want to see me play, let me know in my Discord, which is also in the description. Alright, well that will be my self-promotion. Let's get on to the video. So to make this, I kind of put my favorite Scrat cards in the deck. If you don't have Screaming Scrat, maybe Bridge Buddies or Scrat Pack would be fine, because Screaming Scrat's kind of in the deck to help take bridges. He is really helpful against rammers, because since he has taunt, rammers will hit him instead of your base, so it's a 1-mana thing that really helps with that. Propeller Scrats are really nice because they're flying and they're cheap, and so you're able to take bridges with them and take out a lot of different units that, you know, don't have the ability to look up this advanced technology. I put Armored Scrats in here instead of Scrat Horde because I like it more. Scrat Horde versus Armored Scrats are kind of personal preference, I think, in this deck, because with Scrat Horde you have a whole bunch of different Scrats that you can give Spirit to, but when are you going to get more than 4 Spirit? I don't know. I like Armored Scrats more. If you want Scrat Horde, go for Scrat Horde. Now, here's where I made some changes. I had a couple copies of Jolo in this deck, and he wasn't getting 3 mana worth of value. When he got Spirit, he was really good, but he wasn't doing it for me. So I needed more base damage, so I went for Bazooka Scrat, because Bazooka Scrat can get Spirit, and once this boy gets Spirit, let me tell you, he can put the damage to him. He can do it. Next is one of the best Scrat cards that everyone should put in every deck, Sniper Scrat. That is why we're running 2 copies. Also, Scrat cards, as you might notice by our roster here, we don't have a lot of shit that can look up, because Scrats with their little knives, they have a rough time getting up in the air. So we got our sniper boys that add strength to the pushes, and once they get Spirit, they're super strong as well. Really hard to remove. A lot of times people use spells on them. Very mana efficient. Got the Whirly Boy in here because he's got those muscly arms, and Whirly Scrat's just a great card, and if you don't like him, then you're wrong, and you should feel bad. And on to one of the next Scrat cards that is quite possibly the best, Defense O Chopper. Now, this guy's kind of pseudo anti-air, because whenever things hit him, they get damaged. Like the Whelps are melee units, so whenever they would hit him, they would get damaged. Same thing with Scrats. Scrats hit him, they die. So he helps with the air units, as well as being a good frontliner that enables your Spirit Mancer to go down and get more value by killing different units and getting Spirit from them. So he's great. Running 2 copies is definitely the way to go. This deck was struggling with big boys, but thankfully Laser Turret is a Scrat card, because of course it is. Don't you think rats could come up with a freaking laser? I think they can. Laser Turret helps in all kinds of situations. Helps take out big boys, helps you take out medium boys. It's not really great against small boys. It hits up. Scratulary's in here kind of because we needed a spell. It's good with Spirit Mancer because whenever you shoot it, little Scrap boys that come out of the rockets can get Spirit, and that's nice. So if everything else dies around Spirit Mancer, you can still get the bodies down for him to spiritify. That's a technical term. Now, the man himself, Spirit Mancer. I dabbled with running 2 Spirit Mancers, but it just was not efficient in most matchups. Putting in 2 Defensive Choppers or 2 Sniper Scrats added a lot more consistency to this deck than running multiple Spirit Mancers. You just have to make sure you're trying to play your Spirit Mancer at the best time, and set up around it. You'll see me doing that in the games that I played, where I attempt to do that. I'm not the best with it, but you know, we try in here. I wanted to talk about Ratbo. So, Ratbo, once you get late game with this deck, obviously it's a Ratbo deck, so you're gonna start swarming your enemy down. He's really good with Spiritmancer because whenever you play Spiritmancer, you instantly get a body to get spirited, and that's really nice. So you don't, if you're pushed up to your base, you don't have to be like, oh my god, I need to, don't have enough mana, and it helps. It's very useful. Also helps taking bridges, so you get more bridge control. More Daka helps you take out the big boys as well. Another point for Scrat Horde instead of Scrat Armored Scrat is more Daka, so you're able to get more bodies out for the more Daka to deal more damage. So you're able to combo those two cards. But still, I like Brittle Scrats. Alright everyone, I really enjoyed this deck. It's so much fun to play, and I hope y'all enjoy it as well. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's get on to the games that I played. First game, we're up against a Diona. You know what that means. Because I don't know what that means. I was waiting for the spear guys to get across the bridge a bit so that I could kill them all with the Defensive Chopper. I lost out on a bit of XP because of that, but that's okay. Following up with Bazooka Scrap behind my Defensive Chopper because he's a good tanky boy to put him behind, and it seems to work out really well. This is what I'm talking about Defensive Chopper being pseudo anti-air. He's able to take out the Dragon Whelp. Plan down more minions to get more spirit. And then my opponent puts skeletons into my Spiritmancer, so that was very nice of them. Too bad I wasn't able to do too much with it, but it'll be okay. Now I'm getting it to where I have more minions that Spiritmancer can buff, and they're able to do 50 more DPS to the opponent's tower because each scratch does 10 DPS. And I'm just able to do a ton of damage to him there. Bazooka Scrat almost gets to where he can finish him off, but not quite yet. Even though my opponent didn't play perfectly against our push there, I still felt like it showed the power Spiritmancer in this deck, and the power Spiritmancer can add to pushes with the extra 200 health he gives to your minions. And then on our next push, we're just able to finish him off. Up against the Stormbringer here. Making sure I don't play first because my deck is very reactive. If I don't want to play anything first, especially since I have Spiritmancer, because a lot of times people start out with a swarm of units so they can take both bridges. And if you have Spiritmancer in your starting hand, you're able to get some nice spirit off of that. Defensive Chopper does very good against Mardred, and so he's able to get some damage done there. Trying to place Laser Turret where he is at maximum range, so it takes Mardred the longest amount of time to get there. He takes out my Laser Turret with Lightning Bolt, but I hopefully get enough damage done with Laser Turret to where I'm able to take the rest of it out. It does a lot of damage to my base, but I'm able to take care of it after a little bit. Cleric with Defensive Chopper is a very strong combo, but he doesn't have Scratillery. Look at that. All those Scrats getting spirit. I was trying to play the odds and try and get spirit on Bazooka Scrat there, but as is tradition, it didn't work. He still was able to get a lot of damage done, though. Ratbo is passive, taking the top bridge, which is super amazing. Go Ratbo. Go little Scrap boys. I know my opponent was going to play a Priestess behind Mardred, so I didn't want to throw away all my stuff, but Laser Turret thankfully is able to take him out after he gets fireballed anyways, because he was just the boy and was powering through, even though he was hurt. He was injured, but he powered through for us. Defensive Chopper on Defensive Chopper. Playing down some of those Scrats so they can eat some of the UFO shots. I got my tier 3, so I should be able to start pushing really hard on my opponent now. Not in that way. I know that's what you're thinking, but not like that. That Screaming Scrat was very bad there. I just did a whole bunch of friendly fire to my own units. I forgot that happened. Mardred getting chunked by Mordaka. Just able to swarm him. Stormbringer doesn't have a lot of base defense against little guys, and so I'm just able to overwhelm my opponent. Easy peasy. Lemon squeeze me. Wait, what? Game number 3. My opponent plays Restless Dead, so I have to play first. The Stixie there kind of shuts down my push. I'm not able to deal with it. And so I'm just starting to play more defensively now, waiting for it to get to my side of the map. And now that it's getting more towards me, I can work on taking it out. My opponent has Navir's Breath, because of course they do. Defensive Chopper powers through the Navir's Breath and takes out Stixie. My opponent's running 2 Navir's Breath, so that's probably going to be an issue for me. But we will prevail. I placed down Bazooka Scrat top lane as a distraction, making my opponent play stuff there instead of following up on his push. It got a lot of damage done, so that was nice. And then my opponent plays some skeletons, so I'm able to get some spirit. Not much because I didn't have the minions I needed, but that's okay. And then my opponent plays Unholy Ground, which is pretty much just a spirit factory for me. So I'm just able to get a ton of spirit from that. And by a ton, I mean 2. I could have used more Daka there to take out Stixie, but I don't actually know if it targets invisible people, so I didn't want to risk it. And you see why Bazooka SCRATS in this deck. He just does so much damage, and he's actually just able to end the game. So right as I was finishing recording the video and editing it, the new patch went live. Ooh. And so it gave us, it kind of changed my deck here. I ended up taking out Screaming SCRAT and Barrel SCRATS. Barrel SCRATS I still think are good because they increase the barrel's health, but the DPS of that card is a lot lower than Scrat Horde now. And also it's less good with spirit because less bodies to give spirit to. So I ended up changing out Barrel SCRAT for Scrat Horde, and instead of Screaming SCRAT, I would either put in either Scrat Pack or Spirit Vessel. The Spirit Vessel can give your minions spirit as well, which could add to Spirit Mancer. But if you're wanting more DPS and able to take both bridges, Scrat Pack is better for that. You could use Swarmers if you're a Swarmers type of guy or gal. Or Stint, pretty much any 2-drops. There now are not really 1-drops that take bridges besides Blood Imps. So, keep that in mind. Personally, I'm going to try out Spirit Vessel. I haven't played with it, obviously. But yeah, do what you want. And that's all I have for y'all. I hope y'all have fun playing the deck. And I hope y'all enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it and putting it together for y'all. Y'all have a good day, like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next video. See ya.